Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Actually You Can, the podcast for purpose-led entrepreneurs and professionals who are looking to uplevel their results and fulfillment. On today's solo episode, I'm going to be talking about goal setting, and specifically what to do when you don't know what you want. So let's dive in. If you're an ambitious individual but have no goals, then believe it or not, you're not the only one with this problem. I was just in this spot a few years ago, and it was a really tough period for me. Because if you're someone who values growth, then having no sense of direction or something to work towards can feel really challenging. In this episode, I'm going to share some valuable insights that help me to move through this sense of overwhelm and uncertainty, and that will help you to set your next goal. Firstly, I want to take the time though to acknowledge that I have great privilege. It's really easy for me to sit here and say that I don't know what I want or which direction I wish to turn my life, because I know and I feel super privileged to have a sea of options available to me. And I know that if you're listening to this podcast, you have many options available to you too. Throughout this process, we're therefore going to sift through your options and look to set a goal that truly resonates with you. It can be easy to get caught up in other people's expectations or compare yourself to others, but ultimately, your goal needs to be something that you care about deeply. When you set a goal that matters to you, it lights a fire within you, and this becomes the fuel you need to power your journey to achieve that goal. You'll find that you'll need to rely less on external factors to achieve your goal because inspiration and motivation are driven from within. So, if you're feeling lost or uncertain about your goals, grab a pen and paper or pull out the note sections of your phone, or if you're out for a walk or in the car, start having a think about the next things that I'm going to share with you, because I'm going to share 4 powerful questions that will help you to unlock your true passions and set meaningful goals that will bring you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. So firstly, ask yourself, what do you hate? And I know hate is a strong word, but by identifying the things that make you angry or frustrated, you can help to pinpoint the areas where you care the most. The things that spark a fire in you, the things that you want to see changed or improved. These are things that will lead you to your goal. And I start with this question first because from my experience, a lot of people are more clear on what they don't want than they are on what they do want. So ask yourself questions like, what makes me angry about the world? Or what is one thing that makes me sad about the world? Or what makes my blood boil? The answers to these questions can help you identify the causes or issues that you care about deeply. Perhaps you hate how much waste is being produced in our society. Every time you see a plastic bag and packaging littering the streets or in the ocean, you get angry and frustrated. It's not just the environmental impact, but also the waste of resources and energy that goes into producing these items. So, you might set a goal to start a zero waste initiative in your household or in the community. You could start educating people on the benefits of reducing their waste and provide them with the resources and tools to make it happen, and ultimately work to see a shift towards a more sustainable lifestyle where people are conscious of their impact on the environment and take action to reduce it. The second question to ask yourself is, what do you love to do? It's crucial to identify your passions and interests because these are the things that make you feel alive and bring you joy. If you're doing something you love, you're more likely to excel at it and feel fulfilled. So, what brings you happiness and fulfillment? What activities do you find yourself naturally gravitating towards? These are the things that can really light you up and give you a sense of purpose. By tapping into what brings you joy, you can set a goal that truly resonates with you and brings you closer to living your best life. And I get it. Sometimes it can be really hard to figure out what makes us tick. We may have pushed aside our passions due to outside pressures or a lack of chance to explore them. But fear not, my friend. Let's start by asking yourself some questions like, what do I absolutely love doing in my free time? Or what activities get me into the zone and make me lose track of time? Or what do I naturally feel drawn to do? These kinds of questions can be game changers when it comes to discovering your passions and finding a goal that truly speaks to your soul. When you answer them, be really specific with your answers and write down exactly what it is that you like about these things. And they will give you even more insights on what sorts of things to include in your next big goal. So for example, you might answer the question, what do you absolutely love doing in your free time? With, I love reading and getting lost in a good book because it allows me to escape reality and learn something new. Or you might answer the question, what do you feel naturally drawn to do? With, I feel drawn to helping people. You love volunteering and making a positive impact in the community. So by answering these questions, you can see that your passions include reading and helping people. Now you can set a goal that aligns with these passions, like starting a book club or volunteering at a local charity. By tapping into what you love, you can start to create a goal that truly lights you up. Have you ever at some point had someone point out a quality in you that you never even noticed before? It happens to all of us. Sometimes people can see things in us that we can't see in ourselves. That's why one great way to identify your own values and beliefs is to start to think about, what you admire in others. So for question number 3, you're going to ask yourself, what do you admire in others? Take a look around you and think about the people in your life. What qualities do you admire in them? It could be their unwavering work ethic, their boundless creativity, or their kindness and compassion towards others. These qualities may be indicative of your own values and beliefs, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. By identifying the qualities you admire in others, you can start to understand what's important to you and what kind of person you aspire to be. From there, you can set a goal that aligns with the character and helps you to become the person you wish to be. Maybe you want to start your own business and be a leader like your boss. Or maybe you want to volunteer more and be as kind-hearted as your neighbor. Whatever it may be, let the qualities you admire in others guide you towards a fulfilling goal that reflects who you truly are. For question number 4, you're going to ask yourself, if anything in the world were possible, what would you choose? It's time to think big and allow yourself to dream without limits or barriers. It's easy to get caught up in what we think is possible or what we believe we can achieve, but that mindset can limit us and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Instead, let's imagine for a second a world where you have all the resources, time, and support you could ever need. What would you do with that freedom? What is the biggest dream that you've ever had? Asking yourself these big picture questions is a powerful way to unlock your creativity and explore new possibilities. It's time to think beyond what's right in front of you and allow yourself to dream bigger than you ever have before. So, take a moment to think about your wildest dreams and aspirations. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? By answering these questions, you're able to tap into your deepest desires and aspirations. You can use this knowledge to set goals that align with your values and push you towards the life you truly want to live. It's important to dream big and allow ourselves to explore what's truly possible, even if it seems out of reach at first, because we know with dedication and hard work, anything is possible. And I'm going to add in one more bonus for you today that isn't really a question, but rather than a tip. So let's call this tip 5. And that is to shorten the time frame to achieve your goal. Thinking about where you want to be in 10 or 20 years down the road can feel daunting, and it's easy to get caught up in the detail and lose sight of the big picture. That's why I always encourage people to break their goals down into smaller, more manageable pieces. One way to do this is to shorten the time frame for your goals. Rather than focusing on where you want to be in 10 years, try thinking about what you want to achieve in the next 5 years, 6 months, or even 30 days. And very little is permanent, right? If after the next 30 days of working towards a particular goal, you decide it's no longer for you, then that's fine. You can just set another goal using the learnings and insights you gained from working towards this original one. Short-term goals also allow you to make progress towards your bigger vision without getting bogged down into the detail. When you focus on what feels aligned to you right now, you can make choices that move you towards your ultimate goal without worrying about having a clear direction for your entire life. So, whether you want to start a new business, write a book, or improve your health, start by breaking down your goals into manageable chunks. By setting short-term goals and focusing on what feels aligned to you in the present moment, you can stay motivated, make progress, and ultimately achieve the life you truly want to live. So to finish this one off, remember, setting goals that matter to you is the key to success. And it's not always easy to identify what you want. But by asking yourself the right questions, thinking big, and shortening the time frame, you can gain clarity on what it is that you actually want and set a goal that aligns with your values and set something that truly excites you to be able to move forward with purpose. I hope you found these tips helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or through my website. And as always, keep working towards achieving your big goals, because actually, you can. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of the Actually You Can podcast. I so enjoy having you here, and I hope you've taken away powerful insights and tools that will support you to achieve your high-level results. Now, before you go apply all this wisdom in your life, I would be so grateful if you are able to leave us a podcast review on the platform that you're listening to, or share this episode with a friend. Your support means that we can help more self-led, high-performing individuals just like you expand what's possible for them. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on today's episode, so please go on and shoot me a note on socials and let me know what you think. You can find me on Instagram as Miff Galloway. Now, go and make those dreams a reality, because actually, you can. Speak to you soon.